Hey, welcome back everybody. I'm Jade Monkey. We're back here in DayZ talking about that DayZ 1.19 Humvee quick guide. Oh my goodness. Here's this glorious new vehicle, this off-road vehicle. Now, oh, it did clap it, finally. Usually this thing can take some explosions. Okay, this is for everybody. PC, Xbox, PlayStation. Everybody, it's currently out on experimental. Should be out for everybody around October 18th, in case you're wondering. Because I know PlayStation's like, hey, what about us? Don't worry, everybody's getting this. Okay, so we're going to give you the rundown on the Humvee. Now, normally it can take an explosion or two, but apparently not a... what was that? The little plastic container. Anyways, okay, so we're going to give you the rundown here of the vehicle, some of the ins and outs, the changes, and a quick rundown on locations. We're going to do a full locations guide video to show you the actual physical location, then show you on the map. Okay, so Humvee, also known as the M1025 or the Hummer, this military-grade vehicle is fantastic for off-road activities. It's really good on the regular road as well, and this is the very first vehicle that is automatic. Let me go ahead and jump in here and show you real fast. You can see the transmission there, reverse, neutral, and drive. Here's another quick tip, and this is for any of the vehicles now with the new vehicle simulation. There's durability on glow plugs and spark plugs, right? So what you want to do is when the car's on, instead of getting out, it's going to stop the car, which means you have to restart it, which means you're going to get some durability burn. So stick it in neutral and step out. It helps you save durability on spark plugs or glow plugs because sometimes that's the only thing you need, and there's not too many. So keep that in mind. Okay, so let me just go ahead and drive around real fast and show you some of the parts that you need for this. Let me go ahead and get on the interior so you guys can see this. So transmission, look at that. Reverse. We also have an e-brake and a normal brake that we had last time. On our keyboard and mouse, it's down, so that would be S. And I want to say it's right trigger for us on console. I'd have to like be in a car. I don't know what it is off top, but because we've driven so much, I just know what it is. I can't remember. Wait, let me see. If I have the controller, yeah, I think it's right trigger. So anyways, this thing hauls cheeks. With the new vehicle simulation, this is super OP. I wonder how many people are triggered by the fact that I've got this hatch open on the back. But this thing cooks. This will do 140 kilometers on the road. It's insane. Big fan, big fan. And I think a lot of the vehicles with this new vehicle simulation update have been a pleasure. Have had the opportunity to play this on the experimental on a Series X, so next generation. That would be a PS5 equivalent. It was fantastic. No sputters, no hiccups. I didn't get thrown into the trees. That is fantastic news because we all know how rough that's been in the past. All right, so even though we didn't exactly get this to deflect an explosion earlier, you can throw grenades on this with some precision and it still survives. Hopefully I don't actually wreck this. We got to whip this out real fast. So it will stop a few grenades. It won't stop all of them, but it'll definitely do a little bit. Do I actually have that in my hand? Come on, buddy. Come on, pull it out. There we go. Drop it. So it should stop a few. And the tires are some level, I want to say bulletproof, but they do resist gunshots, which is good. They will eventually break. Speaking of gunshots and bulletproof, the driver's side, passenger, and front windows do have bullet resistance, and in some cases for lower caliber, it is bulletproof. But if you keep wailing on it, it is eventually going to go down. The back windows should be fully just breakable, so just so you know. Okay, so here are the pieces and parts that you need to actually run this vehicle, and it's kind of a joy because there's not much here, right? Obviously, you need the tires. That's your biggest thing. As the tires, do we actually have the back open here? Let me open this up real fast. How big are the tires? I want to say I think they're standard size, right? Anyway, so tires, you need a battery and a glow plug, not to be confused with a spark plug. Let me just go ahead and show you how impossibly small this is. You thought the freaking spark plugs were small? Look at this. If I turn off the overlay and you don't have that on, dude, can you see that? What? That's insane. So just know, one of the biggest tips, and we found this over on the console side, is to use your vicinity check, right? Like hit your vicinity, hit your inventory, and get close to places where the potential spawns could be, garages and stuff like that. It's going to help you a lot because there will be times where you just don't see it. Sometimes it clips a little bit into the ground as well. Okay, on to the next piece. Obviously, you need gasoline, tires, the glow plug, which is different, and a battery that has a little bit of charge. So if you see the durability at the bottom, there you go. If you're wondering if you can't find another battery, you can charge them with a generator, the cable, and the battery charger as well. So I don't think, actually, you don't need the cable roll. What am I saying? Okay, so those are the biggest pieces for this, and there can only be 3 of them actively on the map at one time. There's a bunch of spawn points, but if there are 3 actively on the map, then they're not going to spawn anywhere else. So if somebody's hoarding these somewhere, you're not going to see them. Okay, so we're going to give you a quick rundown on the locations. Again, I'm going to do a full video on this later. Here are the chords across the board here. I'm just going to give you a quick. Is this Livonia? We'll do Chernarus first. Okay. So we have quite a few down on the shoreline here. You got one just outside of that one barricade that leaves the map. I forget what that's called. We have one over here by Balota Airfield. One in the Cherno Industrial area. If you remember all these crates down here, you've got this bad boy there. Hopefully you guys can see this okay. And if you go over to Electro, you've got one that spawns just behind the dam at the junction. Just showing a couple of these quick ones here that were kind of nice. We'll zoom back and show you the whole piece here. Kind of pull it down. If you guys want to take a screenshot. So you'll see the biggest cluster by Northwest Airfield and Tizzy. But again, these are potential spawns, not guarantees. Again, if there's 3 of them actively on the board, you won't see these bad boys. And again, these can definitely change as the patch goes on. You know how they do stuff, you know. They'll actively update things, so that's good. So there you go. Hopefully this gives you a good idea of just how many there are and give you a general location of where to look. Again, save the glow plugs. They will, yeah, that's the biggest one. All right, this is Livonia for those of you that have the DLC. They've added quite a bit of content to this too, which is really great. I've always liked Livonia for just action. A lot of times we'll get geared up on Chernarus and then come over to Livonia. The only spawns potentially here, I believe, are by the castle here just north of the river. And we have a few. Typically, you're not going to find too many here closer to the water. This is the closest one here, which is Harad. I was going to say that looked like Sabatka, but it is just below it. And everything else is going to be inland. So you're going to have to get some supplies to check these out. And as you start to get more military, you start to see more potential spawns. And on this back road here in the deep south, you're going to see a lot more spawns. And of course, there's one out here by this super secret bunker in the north. What would that? I'm sorry, that would be southwest corner of the map. I'll go ahead and kind of zoom in a little bit because I know my resolution is probably not that great when you guys are watching the video. And iSurvive has not updated this yet. I had to type in these coordinates. Nice, right? They're so much fun. I think the cars are so much fun now that they're more consistent. Oh yeah, by the way, the container size of the car is 300 units. We don't have to play Loot Tetris on console. So it's not the size of an Olga trunk, believe it or not. So there you go. We got all the different locations there. Hey, if you're brand new or if it's been a while since you played this game and you're like, man, I'm getting absolutely wrecked, I'm going to put up a survival guide, a beginner survival guide. But really, if it's been a while, you can still use that as well. Throw it up on the end screen. It's going to help you out tremendously. No matter who you are, no matter what system you're on, it's going to help you survive. We'll see you guys in the next one. Love you. Bye.